Hello, welcome to Love and Service, and this is going to be my tooth care regimen that is all natural, very healthy, and very simple, and relatively cheap, although some people will disagree because they're used to buying products that are even cheaper but really aren't as good in my opinion. I've done a lot of research and playing around. This is going to be updating my previous favorite toothpaste that I shared, which is fine. It's still good. I recommend it if you like it, but I've been using this new one for a while now, and let's jump right into it. So basically all I do for tooth care is use these two products, and I'm going to hold them up here so you can see. Dr. Bronner's, or Bronner's I suppose it could be said, but peppermint toothpaste, and actually I've got another kind here. I use their spearmint as well. I like both flavors. But this is replacing the Bright, which I made a video on a while ago, years ago now, which again is still fine, good ingredients, just I like the taste and texture of this better. So, and this other product here, xylitol, which we'll get into. We'll start with the toothpaste first, but this is literally all I do for my tooth care, and as you can see, my teeth are pretty good. I don't have any cavities, and as the title will say, I really haven't been to the dentist in years, if you can believe that. So, yeah, I'm going to share why I like these and the ingredients and how I found them and all that. So, let's get into it. This is the one I found first, the peppermint toothpaste. This is an empty box, but and this is what I'm currently using, the spearmint flavor. Both are delicious. Both are all natural. No fluoride either. Again, I know that people have mixed beliefs and opinions on that like anything else, but from my understanding, I don't do fluoride, and I haven't done it in years. And again, I can't tell other people what to do. I can only tell them what I have done and what is working for me. And again, I haven't really had tooth problems in a while, especially after finding the xylitol too, which we'll get into. But the toothpaste, for starters, again, no fluoride, made in America, all natural ingredients, organic glycerin, aloe barbanesis, leaf juice. I think it's got coconut oil, baking soda, stevia for sweetness, xanthan gum. So I'm not going to go read the whole list. That's basically all there is to it. It doesn't have things like sodium lauryl sulfate. There are variations on that. Sodium cocosaponate. They make all these different kinds of variations on it, which, you know, is something that I looked into a long time ago, and I remember not really liking. Some kind of surfactant, I think. But and this box is interesting too. It's got all kinds of writing on it, which I don't really read. I don't like it's tiny little print, and I'm not going to go reading all this on a little box here. But again, I like both the peppermint and the spearmint flavor. These are 5-ounce tubes, and again, it's a little more expensive than, you know, if you're buying tubes of Crest or, you know, Colgate for $1 or $2 or whatever. But those have a lot of industrial chemicals in it, and again, fluoride, which my understanding is, even if it's good for your teeth, which, you know, may be to some degree, but again, I've been using toothpaste without it for a long time. But again, even if it's good for your teeth, from my understanding, it is not so good for your pineal gland and your liver, probably other things as well. But again, for me, the texture and the taste is better than the Bright that was using before. This is a little more firm. The Bright was a little more liquidy, a little softer. And this, again, taste is subjective, obviously, but yeah, I like both of these flavors. And so, yeah, other than that, it's fairly standard toothpaste. You know what to do with it. Put a little dab on your toothbrush. So now, the more recent product that I discovered is xylitol. So I discovered this from a dentist, Dr. Ellie Phillips. You can find her on YouTube. And I liked her intro when I learned about this. She said, you know, how many dentists are actually going to try to convince you to not go to the dentist so much? And, you know, ideally, I never had a problem with the dentist. I liked mine, but yeah, I tried this out based on her recommendation, and it's very different than what people would be used to. You know, it's like sugar. It says here it's a sweetener, but it says 100% sugar free on the top. It's derived from birch bark, so it's an all natural sweetener. So you could use this in other things, like sweetening your tea or for baking or something. But from what I learned from Dr. Ellie Phillips, you just take some of this granulated powder, and that's really all it is. It looks like sugar. You can see in there. It really doesn't have much of a smell, very mild. But you take a little bit, maybe a small portion, less than a teaspoon even, and I would swish it in my mouth, in between my gums, like what people say when they pull oil. You pull it in between your teeth. And I would swish it around my mouth, all trying to get it all over my teeth, not just in the front or the sides, but all around. And it's actually good for your teeth. You probably wouldn't want to do that with sugar, so it's odd, kind of getting over that mental block if you think, oh no, this tastes like sugar. It tastes good. It's sweetener, but it's apparently good for your teeth to use like that rather than sugar, which will degrade your teeth. And my understanding is that it actually gets rid of a particular kind of bacteria, Streptococcus mutans, that sticks to your hard enamel and eventually leads to tooth decay. So it gets rid of that over time. It takes a little while. And so I originally started using this when I started having some sensitivity in my teeth, and felt like this came across my path, just the right time, and it's cheap. I can't remember how much, but figured I'd try it. And I can't remember the exact price of the toothpaste either. It's something like $6 or $7 a tube, depending on if you buy it. I think I buy these in packs of 3. So again, that's probably more than some people are used to, but considering how long it lasts, I mean, this one tube will last me months. So $6 or $7 to last a couple months is really not bad. And I'm sorry, I don't remember how much I got this for either. But again, you use a tiny little bit. So even if it was $10, it's still going to last me over a year. So the cost to value ratio is very good. So again, swishing this around for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I don't even use it every day. I use it sort of a couple times a week, maybe. So my routine is I brush with the toothpaste first, and then I swish with this for about 10 to 15 minutes, and my teeth have become less sore. It took maybe a couple weeks even. It didn't really take that long for me to start noticing a difference. I think I was doing it every day in the beginning, but then after a while I felt like my teeth felt stronger. I don't floss anymore, which again, I know a lot of dentists are trained to tell people to do that. You need to do that, but I didn't like that it makes your gums bleed, and apparently it doesn't over time if you make your gums tougher. And that's fine if you do that and it works for you, great. But I feel like this does the same thing. If you swish, it gets in between your teeth. And obviously, again, people have different teeth. Maybe some people's teeth are tighter and don't have as much space in between them. Mine, again, they look pretty white, and they feel much better after I've been doing this. So this is just my routine. I can't tell other people what to do, so just telling you what I've done and what works for me. Now, a little bonus, I'm going to share something that I did not like, a product that I sort of got tricked on, and I'll share here. This was marketed as an Ayurvedic toothpaste, herbal toothpaste, you can see from Devsutra. I believe it's made in India or Indonesia, somewhere like that. New Delhi, that's where it's marketed out of, New Delhi. So it's marketed as fluoride free. I bought it, healthy white teeth. And now that I look closer, it says natural teeth whitening. Not so natural when you look closer, but it says no fluoride, no artificial colors. But then here's where it gets tricky. You look at the ingredients. It says an Ayurvedic product, but then underneath that it says composition. Okay, it doesn't say ingredients, but where it says composition, yeah, it's all natural ingredients. And some of these things I think are in another language, but here, Acacia, Catechu, Acarcara, Dulcini. Okay, this is a lot of okay, clove oil. I know what that is. Neem oil, camphor oil, Senda, Namak, menthol. So I don't know what a lot of these are. It's in a different language, I think. But this is where it gets tricky. Notice how it's got the ingredients separated in two different categories. So that's what I read, and I thought, oh, okay, that's all that there is. And then when I got the package, it actually lists different ingredients over here. This is excipients include calcium carbonate, abrasive agent, hydroxyl, propyl methyl, cellulose. Here's where I don't like sodium lauryl sarcosinate. Yeah, so that's one that it's one of those where it's a derivation of the sodium lauryl sulfate. And so that's what I didn't like. I didn't like that it was sort of deceptive and that it split up the ingredients in two different categories. I've never seen that before, and I didn't really look at this other part because, you don't look at all of the words on all of the packages that you get, especially this one, the Dr. Bronner's, where it's just covered in tiny little print, and there's no way I'm going to read all that. And it's not all of its ingredients either. It's just sort of like their philosophy and stuff from Hippocrates and about education and human beings and a great man and self-discipline and all this stuff. And I like it, but who's going to read all that? It's like a novel printed on the box. But anyway, this other one I recommend avoiding. It's tricky. They get you with the fine print sometimes, and you got to be very careful. They're constantly finding new ways to mask, hide certain ingredients and things. So I got tricked with this one, the Dev Sutra, which I don't even know if they make it anymore. I got this years ago, so it may not even be relevant, but I found the box that I kept to make a video about it one day, and here it is. So yeah, I'm not recommending that one, but the Dr. Bronner's and the xylitol, and so apparently xylitol can come from different sources, but the main one it comes from is birch bark, and that's the one that I got. But some people, I remember seeing when I first started shopping for this, some people didn't want it to come from birch bark because it's bad for the environment or something like that. But it's what I got. Don't judge me. It's my first time trying it. Maybe I'll find another one someday, just like I found this Dr. Bronner's that I like better than the Perio Bright toothpaste I was using. But yeah, that's it. It's simple. These two products are all I use. I don't floss anymore. And you be the judge. My teeth are fairly white and they feel much better. There's no more sensitivity like there was before. I didn't like making my gums bleed with flossing. So this is what I'm rocking for now. It's a simple 2-product regimen, and it's relatively cheap compared to how often I have to buy them. So the toothpaste, since I buy it in a package of 3, I'll have to buy one package maybe once a year, maybe twice. I can't remember exactly, but this xylitol is going to last me quite a while, maybe over a year, because I don't have to use it every day anymore, and it's such a small amount that you use and swish around in your mouth. So yeah, great value and great products there, all natural. I'm a fan. I really recommend them. Again, I guess for legal purposes or something, I have to say I'm not a medical professional, but I don't know. I'm a researcher and a scientist that I do my own experiments on myself, on my own guinea pig. And I've been trying these. I've been using this toothpaste for years, and I've been using this xylitol for months. So I can say they work great for me. I guess experiences may vary according to individuals, but that's what has been working well so far. And haven't, like I said, been to the dentist in years. I haven't had cavities in years. So it's working well for me. I know it's different than what a lot of people have been programmed to do, which is you got to go to the dentist every 6 months. Well, maybe that's what the medical industry wants you to do. So you'll have to be your own judge and discern for yourself how it feels for you. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks so much as always. Take care. Until next time, peace, love, light, and joy.